This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
And a very good evening and welcome to The South Today. It's a very full bulletin this evening. I'm Craig Story. Police investigating the death of a 38-year-old man in Dunedin say they do not believe it is suspicious. The Glen Road property was being guarded yesterday with a forensic tent put up in the front yard. Investigators dressed in protective overalls and masks could be seen entering and leaving by the flat's front door. A police spokesperson says the death is not considered to be suspicious. However, it is being investigated on behalf of the coroner to establish the cause of the death. The man who died in a workplace accident near Queenstown Monday afternoon has been named. He was 63-year-old Philip Anderson Loving. Detective Senior Sergeant Malcolm Inglis says Loving was an American citizen. He died when a truck trapped him against a wall while working on a septic tank at the Closeburn station Monday afternoon. A second 19-year-old man was critically injured in the same incident. He was airlifted to Dunedin Hospital and remains in a stable condition. WorkSafe will investigate the incident. The road to Nugget Point has finally been tar sealed. The project, which has been many months in completion, was finally opened this week by the Mayor and dignitaries. The tar sealed road was completed on time and under budget.
After months of work, the recently sealed Nuggets Road near Kaka Point was officially opened in a special ceremony yesterday. About 30 or 40 people attended the special opening ceremony, which was officiated by Clutha Mayor Brian Cadogan, with the ribbon cut by local resident Marilyn Dunn and Kaumautua Maureen Wiley. The project had an original budget of about $2.7 million, but came in about $2.2 million, with the contract awarded to South Roads.
Well, actually, this is really a significant day for our district. It's great, firstly, from a project point of view, that along with our partners, DOC and NZTA, would deliver the project on time and under budget. But if you look at the wider significance, it's a commitment from all our ratepayers to developing our tourist network.
According to the New Zealand Transport Authority, the project to seal the Nuggets Road leading to the Nugget Point Lighthouse was identified as a key project in order to create a thriving Otago. Driving on unsealed gravel roads was identified for a challenge for visitors such as tourists.
In the year 2015, there were 10 accidents in the 2 months of February-March. I think the accidents reported may have also swung the decision to seal.
The number of visitors to Nugget Point Lighthouse had increased to about 60,000 people per year. And that number is expected to increase with the sealing of the road now.
When you look at the exploding tourism numbers, we're going to be in on that. It's got the potential to be transformational to our district.
I'm Samuel White for The South Today.
A driver has been injured after a collision involving a truck and a car in South Otago this morning. The crash happened at Milburn on the Waihola Highway, about 6 kilometres north of Milton, at around 8 a.m. The driver was trapped in their vehicle and has moderate injuries. The southbound lane of the highway was reported blocked at 8:10 but clear again at 9:30. There is no further information at this stage, according to New Zealand Police. A legally blind cartoonist born in Timaru, raised in Canterbury, has resettled in Dunedin, and he's taking his skills from the streets to the workshop floor. Brent Harper might not be able to capture the finer details of physical appearance available to someone with perfect vision, but as reporter Roselle Labone found out, there's more to his cartoons than meets the eye.
He sees the side you hide, or maybe wish you could hide, from the world. He takes in your foibles and your good personality traits at a glance and commits them to paper. In a way, Brent Harper sees more than those with 20/20 vision ever could.
It took me 46 years and 30 seconds to draw. And last weekend I was working at Toitu Museum and I clocked up, I think, 220 animals over 4 hours.
I'm Roselle Labone. I'm here with legally blind, busking street cartoonist Brent Harper. He's about to start a series of workshops here in Dunedin for kids to learn how to draw cartoons, and I'm just about to have my picture taken. Harper is a street cartoonist with a keen eye and a sharp pen. He's worked around the world, and some of his most famous creations can be found everywhere.
But my sight being quite limited, I like to draw how I see people, which is a little bit out of focus, a little bit blurry, not too much detail.
I'm a bit nervous here about what come out on the paper. Harper's vision has deteriorated since he was a child to the point where he is now totally blind in his right eye with limited vision in the left.
I have a hereditary eye condition of the cornea, so I've had a couple of major eye operations. My art teacher at high school hated cartoons, so I gave up on art while I was at high school.
He has a unique approach to creating cartoon likenesses of passers-by. What do you think?
Good.
Happy?
He's a good drawer.
With his fedora and mane of grey hair, Harper always attracts a crowd. The secret to avoiding lulls in foot traffic, he says, is to always be drawing. He'll also take donations of chocolate or coffee if you're short a bob or two.
I've never lived in Dunedin and it's wonderful. I've only been here 4 months and people are so kind and generous. I go busking, people throw money at me. And so
Hopefully not literally.
sometimes. Oh, no. Well, the notes are nice. Throw notes, they don't hurt so much.
When he's not busking, he goes wherever his services are required. He'll be sharing his skills with children in 2 workshops in Dunedin's Northeast Valley these school holidays. He says kids don't need much more to be entertained than a Sharpie and a piece of paper. I think the likeness is extraordinary. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Good stuff. Welcome to Dunedin, Mr. Harper. Still to come on The South Today, will a ratcheting up of the speed limit on Queenstown State Highway 6 solve roading issues, or will it create more problems? And Roselle LeBone again tests the Dunedin City Council's flood readiness preparations, and also Mayor Dave Cull is in the studio to fine-tune the details on the city's big rain readiness.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikorai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Here is this week's MoleMap UV report. Did you know UV radiation can penetrate through clouds, meaning you can still get sunburnt on a cloudy day?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
They say the grass is always greener, but not if you have Ready Lawn. Call Ready Lawn today and make them green with envy.
For over 35 years, Roslyn Mowers and Heating have been selling and servicing outdoor power equipment and are well established in home heating, installing wood fires. Call in and meet the friendly team. Roslyn Mowers and Heating, 150 Kaikorai Valley Road. Active Furnishers Limited, home of quality service with superior product and an in-house design team who are always happy to advise and create an imaginative solution for you. Active Furnishers Limited, part of Dunedin's design history.
Arrow International knows what the essential ingredient is for accomplishing great projects, working with great people. 30 years on and 3,000 projects later, with 10 offices and 400 staff nationwide, a company who values partnerships with their clients and carries a strong reputation for passion, integrity, and the love of a challenge, excelling in the construction industry and helping to create, with our partners, more iconic New Zealand buildings.
Grandad loved this family and surfing.
in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf with him.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Thursday is Motoring Night, proudly brought to you by Garador. If you like motorbikes, tune in for Bike Rider TV, with motorbike reviews filmed in New Zealand for Kiwi riders. Bike Rider TV, Thursday 7:30.
Thank you for staying with the South today. A change of speed limit from 100 kilometres an hour to 80 kilometres per hour on Queenstown State Highway 6 between Stalker Road and Hardware Lane, Frankton, will go ahead. The majority of 170 public submissions supporting the New Zealand Transport Agency's proposal to lower the speed limit over the 2.3 kilometre stretch of road. The new limit will be put in place later this month. The agency will also consider lowering the speed limit on another stretch of the highway from Hardware Lane in Frankton to State Highway 6 Crown Range Road and other measures to improve safety at the Tucker Beach intersection. The Dunedin City Council has activated its Emergency Operations Centre this morning due to concerns about possible flooding in the city tonight. To midday tomorrow, 100 to 120 millimetres of rain is forecast. You'll remember that in 2015 South Dunedin was hit quite hard, so Roselle LeBone went to gauge the situation.
I'm in one of the low-lying parts of South Dunedin badly affected by flooding in 2015. As you can see behind me, there's already some extensive puddling happening. I've seen pockets of flooding across South Dunedin and souls braving the elements, not to be deterred from their daily walk with the dog. Enjoying the weather?
Lovely.
How are you finding it?
Wet.
Have you experienced much flooding up until this time?
No.
In previous events?
Last year. Was it last year or the year before?
2015 perhaps?
Yeah.
Did your house get flooded that time?
Yeah.
So you're battening down the hatches in preparation for the sort of next round?
Well, don't really know what to
expect.
Yeah.
How far have you come from?
Oh, I parked across here and just went for a big long loop.
And I see you're properly kitted out here.
Yes.
This is a great. Obviously the dogs are not put off by the weather at all. The Dunedin City Council has activated its Emergency Operations Centre in preparation for 120 millimetres of rain to fall between 9 a.m. this morning and midday tomorrow, falling at a rate of 15 millimetres per hour. Civil Defence Controller Ruth Stokes says the volume and intensity of the rain forecast is expected to cause flooding issues throughout the city, particularly in low-lying areas of South Dunedin, Kaikorai Valley and Mosgiel. There are also likely to be issues in areas of North Dunedin. She says the heaviest rain is expected in the early hours of tomorrow morning. I'm Roselle LeBone for the South Today.
And as we've just heard, the Dunedin City Council has activated its Emergency Operations Centre this morning, with more than a metre of rain predicted to fall across Greater Dunedin to noon on Thursday. Here to give us the latest information is His Worship the Mayor, David Cull. Good to have you in studio, sir. Thank you for coming. A little bit of background for you, please. What's the latest and how's the infrastructure standing up?
The infrastructure is coping really well. We've had teams out clearing, time of year, autumn, leaf drop. We've had teams out cleaning the leaves off the grates from the mud tanks. We've had a couple of slips in Portobello Road. They've been tidied up. We're going to close Highcliffe Road for safety reasons. So we're preparing for the worst and hoping for the best.
Yes, indeed, because the worst happened in 2015. That was the worst possible outcome that we could have had. The rainfall at this stage is not going to be as strong, we understand, or you're hoping that it's not from latest predictions. Advice to those in low-lying areas?
We're advising people in low-lying areas that are really concerned, and they're in the kind of places that have been flooded before and perennially do, that if they feel more comfortable, they should self-evacuate and go and stay with friends. But we're not advising them to yet.
Okay.
It's a matter of people's comfort. People's safety is the paramount thing, and if we get the news that the floodwaters are rising, we will get in early and advise that people need to evacuate.
Right, so the areas of greatest risk are...
South Dunedin and Mosgiel are obviously the areas that, in the event that the stormwater system can't cope, are likely to flood. But as I say, so far, the infrastructure is standing up really, really well.
Because the principal issue with the 2015, June 2015, was the screens were unable to cope.
Yeah, the screens are on the pumps. So when the screens blocked, it basically shut the pumps down and they weren't taking the water out.
Right.
We put in a new screen, so we spent something like $600,000 putting in a new screen. It's been checked today, it is clear, and it is easy to clear if it needs to be, and everything's working.
Right, we see a lot of contractors have been working overtime, they've been working through the night to prepare for this.
Oh, we've got about 8 crews out, and there'll be people on all night. The customer services phones will be on all night.
Okay.
The emergency centre will be open all night as a precaution.
Right. Relief flood centres?
Yep.
Are we at that point
We've
yet?
set some up, and
good.
I've actually got, there's one in South Dunedin, the Caledonian Gymnasium, North Dunedin, the George Street Normal School, and Mosgiel is the Mosgiel Memorial Park Gymnasium. And those are information centres at the moment, but they can be used as welfare centres should they be needed.
Could I ask you to repeat those for the listeners at home?
Sure. South Dunedin, the Caledonian Gymnasium, North Dunedin, George Street Normal School Hall, and Mosgiel, the Mosgiel Memorial Park Gymnasium in Gordon Road.
Now that's if things get very pear-shaped.
Well, at the moment they're information centres.
Yep.
And they will become welfare centres if they need to be.
Right, but the current weather modelling is saying that it's not going to be as bad.
Well, the predictions have come back from where they were. We were told that there was going to be some 30-odd millimetres, more than 30 millimetres between midnight and 2 o'clock. That has come back and reduced somewhat, so it's more likely to be around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Right.
But that's just a prediction.
Right.
We can't guarantee it, but so far it's reassuring that it's not turning out to be as bad as we had thought, but we are keeping all the services on, all the monitoring on, and all those centres will be open through the night.
Fingers crossed, rubber ducks at the ready.
That's it.
Dave Cole, thank you so very much for your time,
Cheers.
sir. All right. Stay with us because after the break on the South Today, Dunedin St Leonard's School leads by a fine example. The Riverton Arts Centre briefly reopens, of course, tomorrow's ODT, and yes, the weather.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Travelling this weekend? Think slow.
From rare to the recent, visit the legendary Hard to Find for your quality second-hand books. With the largest stock in New Zealand and a friendly book-loving atmosphere. For good prices, buying or selling, come visit 20 Dowling Street.
Get finance and get on the road. Talk to MTF today.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile. and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order Emu oil today.
Thursday is Motoring Night, proudly brought to you by Garador. If you like restored Fords and Holdens, done Aussie style, then tune in for Restoring Dreams. Thursdays, 8:30.
Thank you for staying with The South Today. Most schools have morality-based ideals to guide pupils on the path to being nice human beings. Dunedin's St Leonard's School goes one step further. It's one primary school whose youngsters are learning about resilience, respect and empathy. And some of the seniors are giving back to the community.
These kids are giving a hoot, literally. The Year 5 and 6 class at St Leonard's School are in a self-directed learning module where they guide their own education. One group of girls are making owls to be given to Otago Hospice, showing empathy, which is one of their school's principles.
By putting yourself in somebody else's shoes and thinking about them.
While Alice Foster's motivation for working on the project is twofold.
Because I'm really into sewing and stuff like that, and well, my dream was to become a fashion designer, and this is quite close to it, making little soft toys, and I like having to make people smile. It's something that gets me happy as well.
They are cutting, sewing and stuffing 25 owls to be given to people at the Otago Hospice, so the owls might comfort their younger relatives. Lynn Chapman says it shows these youngsters are relating to other people from all walks of life.
It's great to actually know that they're open to what's going on in the community, and that there is such a thing as the Otago Community Hospice. They're aware of what's happening to people, and it's fabulous that when listening to the girls talk, that they actually have similar values to what we do have at the hospice.
Kirsty Dow is the teacher shaping these young minds and couldn't be more proud.
I was just blown away with what they have managed to do over the short period of time. It's just really fantastic, and I think the reason behind the projects is because it teaches them those lifelong skills that they need in the real world.
The Owls for the Hospice are one of the projects in this busy classroom. Nathan Goldsmith is creating a cookbook for fundraising for the school's lunch program, while Heiko, William and Billy are making a doghouse for Heiko's dog, out of kindness for the dog and to make Heiko's mum happy, as Luna the dog often sleeps on his mother's bed. The trio measured Luna to make sure she'd fit, and made doubly sure there would be enough room in a way that only 3 young boys can. Kid tested, dog approved. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Police and forensic teams are investigating the death of a 38-year-old man in Dunedin. The newly tar-sealed Nugget Point Road was completed and officially opened this Mayor by Clutha Mayor Brian Cadigan. And it's time now to have a look at what's on in tomorrow's ODT. How are you, Dave Cannon?
Well, thank you, Craig.
Good to see you.
It's raining, in case you may have noticed.
I have, yes.
I don't think Dunedin's been better prepared for rain ever.
Oh, that's a good story.
So the Emergency Operations Centre's been activated, and we're all waiting for whatever's going to happen.
Hopefully it's a moderate thing.
Hopefully it's going to be moderate, but we've got lots of sandbagging going on as a precaution. And did you clean your drains out today, like you were asked to? Yes, so did I. It was very good. So we're ready to go for the weather. So whatever happens, that's all over the front page of the paper tomorrow.
Of course.
As is a story about lots of new police officers being appointed. Must be election year, but anyway, lots of 37 new policemen destined for the Southern District coming up, so that's exciting. And on a sadder note, there's some more job cuts coming up at the university, which is going through a bit of a tough time, this time in the Human Nutrition Department.
Oh, no.
There you go. And the wash is fixated with chimneys at the moment, and we've discovered a wonderful photograph in our files of an old chimney in Dunedin which was pulled down many years ago, and it's quite a nice story to it. So chimneys, and people are still emailing me about poor old John Clark, alias Fred Dagg.
It's
So
a sad loss.
very nice.
We didn't know how lucky we had it.
We did not.
Indeed, Dave. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
indeed,
much,
sir.
Craig.
All right, prepare you. You know what's coming. It's the weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silverhorn Sportsfell.
The Southern View, that is beautiful rain on glass here in Dunedin. I know that shot. This is pretty, isn't it? And you'll have plenty of opportunities to take your own pictures soon. That is a gorgeous tree in downtown scenic Queenstown. It's a lovely place to be. There's lots of rain even in Queenstown, I'm afraid. And this is Anderson's Park in Invercargill, a lovely piece of modernist sculpture. Prepare yourself, because here is the weather situation. As previously advised, an easterly airflow covers the country, bringing rain for all places. Lows in the Tasman Sea, you can see them off, will sustain this weather system, gathering power from former Cyclone Cook up there in the top right-hand corner. It will saturate all of the east coast on the South Island, including on Friday. Now, this is pretty much boilerplate, moderate easterlies, rain and 14, no matter where you go in the south. It's going to be damp, so please take care on the roads. Of course, you'll be bringing your washing inside. Alexandra, moderate easterlies, chance of showers 15. The temperature's pinned squarely in the mid-teens for Queenstown, Te Anau and Wanaka, although south easterlies in Te Anau. Northern outlook, well, north to us, not to them. Oamaru, moderate easterlies, rain and 15. Those temperatures pinned pinned in the squares of the 15 and 14 all through the area, but you can expect rain no matter what you do, so grab a bunch of DVDs. Play some board games with the kids. In Dunedin tonight, heavy rain is expected. You've heard of preparedness. 9 tonight, more rain tomorrow, of course, clearing for a little while. Moderate nor'easters, more rain by nightfall though. Your numbers are 9 and 14. Friday, cloudy, rain, of course, breezy southerlies, 9 and 15. Showers again on Saturday too. A very wet Friday is predicted. And for Invercargill tonight, periods of rain for you. 8, rain clearing, cloud breaking, and moderate nor'easters, 8 and 16 for Thursday. And for Friday, 7 and 18 are your numbers, better conditions. Mild northerlies on Friday and cloudy on Saturday too. Well, it's going to be a damp old night. I do wish you and yours to stay dry as best you can. If you feel any need, evacuate. Be good to each other. Thank you and good evening.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.